And of course, we will be keeping a close eye on the latest coming in from Delhi. Shifting focus for now. Is the next war in West Asia just a matter of time? Is an Iran versus Israel war imminent? We are asking those questions because those closely following the developments in the region believe that Iran is not only updating and extending its missile range, it's also working on a new uranium enrichment site. In fact, developments that could make US and its allies nervous. Let's just start off with the missiles specifically. According to New York Times report, after first lifting limits on its missile range, Iran has quietly entered a new phase of missile production. And according to experts, missile factories across the country are now running around the clock, 24 hours a day, they say. What's their goal? To produce enough firepower to overwhelm the Israeli air defenses in the event of another war. Remember, in June, Iran fired roughly 500 missiles over 12 days. If conflict erupts again, Tehran basically plans to launch 2,000 at once. Iran's missile capability has expanded dramatically under a secret upgrade program that has continued even during sanctions and restrictions. For example, the Emad missile now covers 1,700 kilometers and comes fitted with a maneuverable warhead capable of changing course mid-air. The Qadr series, modified from the Shahab 3, has been reportedly upgraded to a 2,000-kilometer range with improved guidance systems. These were used in Iran's war with Israel earlier. The Sejil missiles, powered by solid fuel, now span between 2,000 and 4,000 kilometers, with the next generation still being tested. The Ashura missile can strike targets 2,500 kilometers away, reaching parts of Eastern Europe. The Khorramshahr or Khyber has evolved into a 4,000-kilometer range system, doubling its initial capacity. And Iran's Shahab series, still under testing, could soon achieve an unprecedented 10,000-kilometer reach. Together, this advancement marking a massive leap for Iran's strike capability that now goes far beyond the region. And that's the scale of preparation reportedly underway right now. We are talking about long-range, precision-guided weapons capable of not only reaching Israel, but also other US bases in the region and beyond. And this is why regional observers believe a new confrontation is not just possible, it could be inevitable. And Iran is not acting alone. Its network of allies and proxies, from Hezbollah in Lebanon to the Houthis in Yemen, are all believed to be integrated into this new missile ecosystem. So in any future conflict, Israel will not just face Iran, it could face a coordinated multi-front assault stretching across the region. Now, let's talk about the 2015 nuclear deal. The JCPOA, remember, expired last month. Sanctions are back and negotiations are frozen. At the point, Iran's nuclear program is operating without any international oversight. Inspectors from the International Atomic Energy Agency, in fact, have been denied access reportedly to suspected sites. And now reports talking about a new site, codenamed Pickaxe Mountain, where Iran is reportedly enriching uranium. Iran has refused to open it to inspection reportedly, and that has fueled fears that uranium enrichment is continuing underground. Estimates from the IAEA suggesting Iran still holds over 400 kilograms of uranium, enriched up to 60%. That's very close to weapons grade. That's enough fissile material to make multiple nuclear warheads. That is, if Tehran decided to take that step. But then what makes this moment especially tense is that no one knows where Iran's enriched uranium stockpile really is. Iran reportedly claims much of it was destroyed in the US airstrikes this summer, strikes that President Trump insists obliterated the program. But Israeli intelligence believes the opposite in a way, that the material was hidden, moved or dispersed across secret sites. With no inspectors and no verification, reportedly, there is no certainty, only speculation, also questions. Meanwhile, diplomacy is at a dead end as well, in a way. Iran says Washington has offered unacceptable and impossible conditions for talks, including a total stop to uranium enrichment and direct negotiations. Iran's answer, meanwhile, has been firm. No direct talks, no capitulation. Instead, Iran has laid down its own conditions. No more sanctions, no further military attacks, and compensation for war damages. In fact, the US is unwilling to accept any of that. So the result basically is a stalemate. And that's why experts are nervous. Because when diplomacy dies or suffers a roadblock, deterrence takes its place. Already, Israeli officials have warned that they will not hesitate to strike again if Iran moves any closer to producing a nuclear weapon. They believe Iran's nuclear infrastructure has been degraded but not destroyed. And in their view, leaving the job unfinished is too great a risk. And then the Arab states, around them, they are watching the developments closely as well, of course. And as per reports, repositioning themselves. Saudi Arabia, Egypt, the UAE reportedly are all strengthening their relationship with Washington, even as they quietly keep the channels open with Tehran. And they do not want another war, but they know Iran's influence. So here's where things stand. Basically, Iran is extending its missile range. It is rebuilding its nuclear program. Israel is not sitting silent. Both sides arming, both are signaling readiness, and both believe they are acting in self-defense. The question really is, it's not if the next Israel-Iran war will happen, it is the question of when, perhaps.